Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, March 26, 2021. We are on the final day of the current trading week, and we are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my preferred time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions based upon what the large financial institutions are doing at the end of the day, in the last hour, and particularly in the last few minutes. In my opinion, following what the large financial institutions do is an edge in your trading in the long run, and that's why I prefer to make my decisions based upon what they're doing at the end of the day. It doesn't happen all the time, doesn't work every single time, but in my experience, it's a good indicator and works more than it doesn't, and there lies in your edge. So thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. It's nice to see everyone. I always look forward to this time of the day and be able to hang out with my friends and talk a little trading business, and hopefully we can give each other a couple good ideas. So, all right. Well, currently the Dow is up 196 points, up 0.6%. The NASDAQ is down 16 points, down 0.13%, and the S&P is up 27 points, up 0.70%. So it's been a wild one. It has been another wild day. We went all the way up, then we came all the way back down, and now we're attempting to rally back up again. So kind of a wild day. This has definitely been one of those weeks. I think we'll probably always remember this week. It's been pretty crazy for sure. So, all right, well, here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have some day trades today that I will share with you as well. And then we're going to go over to the board and take a look at my students' positions that are up there. All looks pretty good. I see a mix of red and green, but more green than red. So that is good. After that, we are going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Very important part of the day. Very important subject. Most important skill that you can develop in trading is being able to manage your emotions. Not easy thing to do. And especially not in trading, but that is the skill that you have to refine, because if you become emotionally destabilized, it will have an effect on your trading, and you don't want that to happen. The best way, in my experience, to counterbalance that is to have a maximum allowed position size divided by the value of the 2 ATR. That will give you a good conservative position size, because the larger the position size, the more likely the dollars that you're making or losing will get in your head, and it will make you not follow your plan. So it's very important to follow your plan in trading, and that all comes back to trader psychology. So we'll talk about that. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. The first requirement is I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up, ideally on multiple time frames. The more indicators like MACD, RSI, V1, V2 entries, moving averages, the more of those that you have lining up, the more buyers you're going to have coming in, and you will dramatically increase your odds and the likelihood of having a profitable trade if you're in the company with as many other buyers as possible. If you're the only buyer and everyone else is selling, take it to the extreme, to the other side, and you'll see that would be very difficult. So get in when there are other groups of buyers coming in, and looking for combinations, confluence of indicators on multiple time frames is the way that I try to achieve that. Secondly, the risk to reward has to be good, at least 2 to 1. Just like in everything in life, is there more reward than risk, right? When you start becoming a trader, you start looking at everything as risk to reward, right? But it's a good policy. And especially in trading, is there more upside in this trade than there is downside in this trade? It's called asymmetrical risk. You stand to win more then you stand to lose. And that's very important. Since the beginning of the year, that has been a huge, I did kind of make a New Year's resolution that I was going to be even more particular in my risk to rewards, and it has worked out, and more particular in my trades. And then lastly, before you take any trade, how many positions do you have? How many correlated positions do you have? How much account heat do you have on? Are you adjusting your position size based upon volatility? These are all important things. Make sure before you hit that buy button that it's a clean trade, that you have an exact plan for this trade. Where's my emergency stop? Where's my end of day stop? Where are my profit targets? Where are my resistance levels? We never know what the market's going to do, but we have to know what we're going to do regardless of what the market does. All right. Using those three criteria, I do have some potential end of day trades, some candidates. And as we get closer to the end of the day, I will go through each one of those. We'll take a look at the confluences and combination of indicators on multiple time frames. We'll look at the risk to reward ratios, make sure those are valid. And then I have to take into consideration before I buy, even if I buy something new, I have to take into consideration, do I already have stocks in this industry or indexes in this industry? So, you have to kind of go through it all and kind of give it a score and before you take the trade. It has to make sense on many levels. All right, so if I do find something, I'll buy it before the end of the day, and that will be that. I do have a end of week trade that I am looking at today, so I will go over that with you as well. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, please let me know. Just put them in the chat and I'll do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if you have any new positions that my students have any new positions that they'd like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day, I would really appreciate it. That way the market's closed, pressure's off, I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get those all updated. Okay, so hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Lava is here. Good to see you, Lava. Appreciate you always being here. Hope you're having a good one. Dan says, I spy a possible V1 on SPY. Well, there was a V1 yesterday, Dan, on SPY, which I took, as a matter of fact, but I took it on the SSO instead. But yesterday was the V1. The day before that, we had the low. Yesterday, we washed out the low of the previous day, closed above the close, also washed out the previous low of the range, and that was my entry signal. But it is not a V1 today. Kamal says, hey, Greg and all. Hello, Kamal. Good to see you, buddy. Good chatting with you earlier. Appreciate your friendship. I really do. And I appreciate everything that you do for this channel with your input and your scanner. Thanks so much, my friend. Lova says, JD, under over 200 SMA, and it gapped up at the open, and it has made a higher low V2. What I don't like is that it backed way off of today's high. Let's see. I've been having a little issues with my charts. I have my backup charts. Let's see. Yep, that's yesterday. All right. It's going to be one of those days, huh? Okay. JD.com. So here we go, under over 200. That is correct. it is. It looks like we went under 30, over 30 yesterday. Gapped open at the open a little bit, but it gapped open, then it came back and filled most of that, which is good. It has not made a higher low. This is lower than over here, love us, so it is not a higher low. This is a lower low close above the 200, but still okay. What I don't like is that it backed way off from today's high. Yeah, that's true. If it had closed higher, that would have been better. Although, you know, the other side of that coin is that you have a better risk to reward ratio now because it's closer to the 200. So there's always kind of some give and take. The price action's not as good, but the risk to reward is better. Okay. Jonathan is here. Good to see you, Jonathan. Hope you are having a nice evening in Ireland. Looking forward to our next lesson on Sunday. You did excellent in that first lesson. Very proud of you, and I think you're going to be a good trader. Steve Burns is here. Hello, Steve. Good to see you, my friend. Always appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for including me on your Friday list today. That's always kind of you, and thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Steve. I appreciate it, and I know everyone else does as well. Steve says, hello, everyone. Weekend countdown is less than an hour. Yes, what a week, huh? Be nice to have the weekend. Tracy is here. Tracy is also a student of mine. Good to see you, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going well with Paxton. And you did excellent in our last lesson on Wednesday. I was really proud of you. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Hello, Mr. Frank. Another person I need to thank every day for his contributions to this channel. Thank you so much, Frank. Hope you are doing well. Jatin, hey, buddy. Good to see you. Jatin says, hello, good afternoon, sir. How are you? I am doing well, sir. How are you? What's new? Anything exciting? How's the trading going? Gary is here. Hello, Gary. Good to see you. Good chatting with you earlier. David is here. Hello, Mr. David. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you and the family are doing well. Lilia is here. Hi, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you, Lilia. Hope you are doing well. Hope the dogs are doing well. Please tell them hello from Greg. Steve says BIDU bounced back over the 30 RSI today. Okay, yeah, on that particular chart, I'm looking at my other charts, which I'm not super familiar with, unfortunately. But so we had an under 30, over 30. Oh, that was on BIDU, not JD. Okay, all right. Let me make sure I've got BIDU down here. Oh, I already do have it. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it did go under 30, over 30, and bounced right near the 200. That's pretty good. Definitely pretty good. Steve says FTNT had a 520 crossover today. Well, let's put that up there then. FTNT. Yep. These charts are giving me an issue today. So let's go over and I apologize, everybody. I've had struggles with my charting this year when they switched to a new data provider. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. So let's look over here. FTNT. Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, that looks pretty good as a matter of fact. Let me quickly do the math. 12.38. All right, so we've got it on there. It does have a 520. Yep, it certainly does. Okay. Thank you for that, Steve. Appreciate you pointing that out to us. Jackson says, trading has been excellent, sir. No sound stock setup trading, only the Dow. Okay. I know that you've been bullish on the Dow, but thank you for the update. All right, here we go. Let's get going. Current positions. Frank, David, Tracy, Johan, and myself, we did take yesterday Berkshire Hathaway. This is about a picture perfect trade as far when you're looking at return to value, sideways motion, triggered in with the V1 plus a false breakout of the downside. It doesn't get much better than this setup. This Kerry Lavorne, who taught me V1s, V2s, would be proud because he's such a particular trader. I don't think he'll trade anything unless it looks exactly like this. And it has done very well. It's up 1.42% today. We bought it yesterday at around 250.86. I did hit one profit target here at 253.19. It is 254.21. So great start. We had a 520 crossover as well today. So I like to see that. That makes me feel better about the position. But congratulations to Frank, Dave, Tracy, Johan, and myself. SPY. I knew I liked this trade. I mean, I took it on the SSO, which is the double leverage SPY. But again, here we have a return to value. We made a lower high, but then we washed out the first low. We had a V1. All of this is not relevant to why I bought this because it's a different trading approach. But of course, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk and I sell it first thing the next morning at the open. So I bought it yesterday at the close at 389.70. I sold it today at 390.98 for a nice little overnight gap trade. SSO. Okay, David and Tracy and I think myself. The reason I didn't make the trade on SPY was because I was doing the overnight SPY trade and then I'd have shares for that and shares for this trade. So I just went ahead and traded the SSO, which of course moves in lockstep with the SPY. Again, we were above the value zone. We came into the value zone. We made a lower high, but then we washed out that low of that first dip. Plus we had a beautiful V1. Here's day one, here's day two. Day two thoroughly washes out day one, closes above day one's close, under 50, over 50. I bought it at 98.93. It is currently 100.36. It's up 1.47. Pretty good on the first day, especially for an index. Qs. All right. I did have some day trades that I'm going to share with you. This was a short position on the Qs way back here earlier in the morning. This is the 5-minute bar. We got close to the downward sloping 200-day moving average. We created a V2. We had a false breakout to the upside here. I shorted this intraday at 313.42. Had it closed above the 200, I would have got out. The next bar, I covered half of my position at 312.43. The next bar, I covered my position at 312.35 with rejection of the 50 RSI. I was looking for a close above the previous day's high. I didn't get it. And then we had one big down bar here. I covered everything. So I shorted here at 313.42. I covered at 312.43. I covered at 312.35. And I covered at 311.79. All right, and then on to Apple. Where is my... Where is my trade? I think I accidentally... I don't know where my trade went. I think it was over here. Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just going to have to skip that trade. Too bad. It was a good one. You can see I know I got out here and I know I got out here. Where did I get in? Was it here or here? Oh, well, sorry. I did take this trade, however, which did not work out well. I took this little V1 here, and then the next bar went right against me. It was a very small loss. I got in at 119.90 and I got out at 119.81. And I guess that's it. Dang it. Sorry. That first trade was a good one. I think I must have accidentally hit the button. I guess I don't have time to really go through it and find out. But it was a good one. I promise you. It was a good one. Steve says, Greg, can you use your chart platform to see the Roku intraday RSI low? Yes. However, I may not be able to, Steve, if I can't get this to pull up. Yeah, see, it's not printing. It's not printing today's low. Shoot. Sorry, everybody, and I can't do it over here on these. Sometimes the stocks that I have on my list, they have no problem, but if they're new stocks that I don't, sometimes there's a data issue. Let's see, what's the RSI right now? $31.96. I'll bet you that at least bounced right at the 200, Steve. I'm sorry, at the 30. I mean, there's quite a large tail on there, and we're at 32 right now. I don't know if it went under, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually, I can do it this way. Let's see. The low of the day was 292.92. 292.92. So if I do this and go with the new bar, and I go down to 292.92. Sorry, everybody. It looks like it was about almost 31. It did not go under 100. It did not go under 30 and over 30, Steve. Sorry about that. Lova says IVV and VOO are also good SPY substitute at a slightly lower fee. Thank you for that, Lova. Frank says, thanks, Dan and Jet. And Steve says, thanks for trying, Greg. Roku did bounce in the 30 RSI area. Definitely in the 30 RSI area. Steve says, I get 30.66 the low today. That makes total sense. Jatson says, Roku, what a structure shift from breakdown at 380. Thanks, Dave. Perfect. Yes, thank you, Dave. That's very kind of you to do that. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at your positions. All right. I do have Carlos and Gary in Etsy up here at 215.80 with the 1050 SMA cross. We had a pullback. I don't know if Carlos and Gary are still in. I have Gary at a half position. We are up a little bit today, which is good. So it's off the low. So Gary, you can update me and let me know so I can get that for you. JP Morgan, Johan bought JP Morgan yesterday at, let's take a look here, at 152.60. It's currently 153.80. It's up 0.84%. So that is good. Monster, Steve is having a monster trade on Monster. Steve bought Monster back at 88.95 on the 22nd of March. 88.95. It's currently 90.49, up nicely 1.87% using the 520 moving average crossover. So up nicely on the day and up nicely on the trade. PKI, this is Kamal. PKI bought Kamal bought PKI at 126.60. It's currently 128.57. Very nice. Up 2.15% up on the day and up on the trade. eBay has just been a monster trade for Tim and Mamal. Really glad to see that. They bought this deep dip buy with the intraday rejection from the 200-day moving average. They bought it 53.30. Just had a huge leg up Tim and Mamal sold half here when we had a close below the previous day's low after reaching their trailing stop point. But Tim and Mamal from entry price to current price up 11.31%. So that's impressive. Proud of you, Tim, and proud of you, Mamal. Nike, Steve and David jumped into Nike yesterday with the deep dip buy entry of under 30, over 30, and it worked as advertised. They bought here about 128.91. It's currently 132.05, up 2.65%, using that under 30, over 30, and intraday rejection of the negative third ATR channel. About 92% of prices do hold support here when they get down to the negative third ATR channel, but this was even a better confluence of indicators on this trade because it also went under 30 and over 30. And the more confluences and combinations of entry signals that you can get, the better chance that you're going to have make money on that. And Steve and David showed that right there, up 2.63%. So nicely up on the day and nicely up on the trade. Light, big day up on Light. Let's see, this is Gary, right? Gary sold spreads, the $80 77.50s. It's at 91. Holy smokes. Up 6.15% today. So essentially here with these credit spreads, Gary wants this to close above $80 before April 16th. Well, it's $90 above where, $10 above where it needs to be, more than that, almost 11. So he is doing well. This, I'll tell you what, look at this return to value, false breakout to the downside, V1 on Light. I am going to have to put that on my list. I didn't notice that, but for a weekly trade, that's really good, as a matter of fact. So let me do the math real quick. And let me put this down here. Because that is something I would like to watch, actually. Wow, a lot of potentials there today. Okay, BYD. All right, Tracy and Paxton bought BYD all the way back here. Had a really great trade on Boyd Gaming. I think they bought it right around here, about $47. I accidentally erased that. They sold half at about 55. And I know Tracy bought some more at 58 yesterday. So really beautiful trade. This is one of the bigger trades I've seen in a while. So congratulations to Tracy and Paxton. NVAX. Frank bought NVAX here at 135. It more than doubled. He got rid of 90% on the strength, which I'm really glad. He kept 10% as a runner, came all the way back down, but he wasn't sweating it that much, I imagine, because he sold 90% here. And what his stop is on this trade, I'm not sure, whether it's the 200 or whatever, but beautifully up on the trade and up on the day as well. ARKK, David bought a half position here at 122.40 with the higher low V1. Initially went up and then it just came on down, unfortunately. So it is down on the day and it is down on the trade. Mentioned this yesterday, but I would be looking to take a long position in ARK if we could get a rejection of the 200-day moving average. And then lastly, Lilia, are you still in TMO? Wow, look at this. I hope you are. I don't know if you are, but I certainly hope you are. In at 446.61 approximately. I was in this trade. I had to get out yesterday with the close under the 200-day, and it did not care. It just went running back up. Would I buy this again today with the close over 200? No, I wouldn't. I mean, if you're in it, that's one thing, but to buy it this far up here, little chasey for my blood. Ava is here. Good to see you, Ava. It's nice that you stopped by lately to say hi. Happy Friday to you as well, my friend. Johan is here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Johan wants to look at TME, and I have a feeling that TME is not going to come up on these charts. Oh, it is. Sweet. Okay, so it's a rejection of the 250 intraday, it's a rejection of the 200 intraday, and it was an under 30, over 30. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't like the big skyscrapery down, but a lot of signals here. Rejection of the 250, rejection of the 200, under 30, over 30. Let's go over and look at the weekly. Rejection of the 50 on the week. Yeah, from a price action standpoint, it looks super scary. But from a risk to reward standpoint, this actually looks really good, Johan. Greg says, I was out of ARC before yesterday. Okay. I kind of figured. Gary says, Greg, Lumentum produces optical chips and industrial lasers in one of Apple's major supplier. Oh, interesting. Well, I like that on the weekly a lot, actually, and I'm glad to see that you're doing well there. So, okay. Did I miss? Oh, I missed lots of stuff up here. Gold's Eagle. How you doing, Gold's Eagle? Hello, I'm new to trading. Just got your course on Udemy last night. Don't know much of the lingo, but we'll listen. Well, thank you very much, Gold's Eagle. I appreciate that. I hope you are enjoying the course. If you have any questions at all for me regarding the course or anything else, please let me know. And I mean, I think the more you listen, the more you'll get the lingo. But if if you're not sure what I'm talking about and you want me to specifically address and clarify, please let me know. But thank you, and I appreciate you getting the course, and I hope it's going to be helpful for you. Okay, Frank has a poem for us. It's going to be good, as always. Let me paste it over here real quick. How are we doing on time? Ooh, I'm a little behind. Okay. Now you see it, now you don't. Trades work and sometimes won't. Trading has its ups and downs and often calls to just sit around. Our rules and process keep us sound and keep our footing on solid ground. I don't know how you do it, Frank. You get better every day. One more time. Now you see it, now you don't. Trades work and sometimes won't. Trading has its ups and downs and often calls to just sit around. Our rules and process keep us sound and keep our footing on solid ground. That's so good. How do you do? Frank is a magic wizard. He's a magic wizard, I'm telling you. Thank you, Frank. That's just awesome. Thank you. Gary said, Gold's Eagle, welcome. You are in the right place. Greg's an excellent teacher. Thank you, Gary. That's kind of you. Yavar says, hello, everyone. Good to see you, Yavar. Sorry, I missed all those comments up there. Okay. David says, Microsoft V1 above the 50 RSI. Let's take a look. Yeah, not much of a V1. Not a valid V1, David. It didn't wash out yesterday's low by very much at all. Lilia said, I'm still in TMO. I know I should have sold, but wasn't able to do it last night at closing. I know I just got lucky, and I will not make a habit of holding losing stocks. I promise. Okay, good. Do you promise, or just promise? You promise? Well, I'm glad that worked out for you, Lilia. Jackson says, we can see a good rally in Dow right now if we break above. Kamal wants to look at Q. No. C, Q, Q, Q. Yeah, I don't know if this one's going to pull up for me. No, it's not. Sorry, Kamal. Let me look over here, but I am running a little bit late today. CQQQ. Yeah. Deep dip buy, rejection of the 200-day plus a V1 and under I don't know if it's I don't think we quite went under 30, over 30, but it is a V1 intraday rejection of the 200 and intraday rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Pretty good. Little light on the volume though. 300,000 shares. Okay. So listen, before we start looking for some end of day trades, I like to spend a few minutes every day, talk about trader psychology, maybe just some good trading words of wisdom. There's many channels out there that I like to pull from Facebook and Twitter. But my all-time favorite, for sure, friend of mine, mentor, teacher, and right here in the podcast with us right now is Stephen Burns, right? Author, trader, educator, just all around great guy. And this is a post from Steve. This is over from the New Traders, Rich Traders over on Facebook. This is an excellent trading channel over on Facebook. So if you haven't subscribed, come on over. You have to apply to it, but I think it's worth it. It's a really great channel. Let's see what Steve says. Confidence comes from back testing. Discipline comes from rules. Faith comes from experience. Patience comes from market punishment. That's true. Ego management comes from emotional and financial pain. So let's break these down. Confidence comes from back testing. Yes, it does. If you back test something, you can take a look at the back tested results. It gives you more confidence in taking the trade. That's why the majority of trades I take, I will not take them, especially like a crossover or a deep dip buy, if it does not back test well. 2, discipline comes from rules. You have to create rules first. If you follow the rules strictly, that builds habit. But discipline comes from rules. You have to have rules in trading. Otherwise, you're just shooting from the hip and it's the wild, wild west. You have to know exactly what you're doing at all times. Faith comes from experience. Makes sense, right? You have faith in the future because of the experience of the past. Patient comes from market punishment. If you're not patient and you rush into a trade, you are going to get punished. So from that punishment comes the patience that hopefully you will acquire, right? Ego management comes from emotional and financial pain. When I was a young trader, I had a huge ego and I went through a lot of emotional and financial pain. That's why I really now try to manage my ego. And I think I'm pretty good at it. But I'm only good at it because I had to go through the emotional and financial pain. So thank you very much, Steve. Steve has a great website, newtraderu.com. So go over there. He has some online courses. He has great books, great articles, everything helpful. And Steve's had a huge effect on my trading over the years. So thank you, buddy. Okay, Gary. Again, I'm having issues with charts here, guys. So a lot of the symbols that you're going to ask me to look at, I'm going to have to look at over here. Fractal, yes, it is a fractal, and it is a higher low V2. What's the RSI? 5081. Looks really good. Excellent, actually. Excellent. All right, before I get on to new trades, let me take a look at my current trades. So, all right, Berkshire Hathaway is doing splendidly with the false breakouts to the downside in the V1. Hit one profit target here today, up 1.36%. That's great. And then SSO is also doing very well. False breakouts to the downside, V1 yesterday, up 1.93% today. So this all looks wonderful. All right, let's take a look at some potentials here. Oh, Lily, I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you that you weren't able to get out of that. Happy mistake. Fantastic. Well, that will definitely give you some breathing room there, my friend. That'll buy a lot of kibis for the dogs right there. All right, let's take a look at some potentials here. MasterCard. Well, Look, we've come into the value zone. We have had a lot of sideways motion. We had a failed V1 yesterday. Here looks like we can have a V2. A little concerned about the washout on MasterCard. Day 2 does wash it out, but I guess it's a quarter ATR. It definitely is a V2. We went under 50, over 50. It's pretty good, actually. Now, the more that I think about it here, when I look at the weekly bar, though, we are rejecting the 1 ATR channel above, and we are getting pretty close to halfway of the big down bar that we had. We're not there. That's still up at 367. So it may have 3-4 points to the upside when I'm looking at it from the weekly, but I would imagine about 367, 368, it might get, it might run in. So not one of my favorite. PayPal, okay, it looks like we had a V1 yesterday, but it was up against a big down bar. We are back in the value zone. It came from a lower low. I think I'd rather wait for a higher low V1 or V2 before getting involved in PayPal. FTNT, all right. Okay, this is yesterday's. That's the one I can't see, so let's look at it one more time. Over here, FTNT. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it's had a big move today, which is a little concerning for me from a risk to reward standpoint. I don't think the risk for this, it has a 520 crossover. So 520 crossover is valid. You know, this might trend for quite a long time. And it has, no, it doesn't have a fractal. I don't know. It seems a little chasey to me. Just my humble opinion. Light. On the daily, this looks extremely chasey. But on the weekly, it looks beautiful. Look, this just looks just exactly like the Berkshire Hathaway trade. Return to value, sideways motion, V1. I actually kind of like this, to be honest with you. But again, I'll take my maximum allowed loss. I'll divide it by the value of the weekly 2 ATR, which is a much larger number. So it will give me a smaller amount of shares. But you know, it is Friday. I have been looking for some end of week trades. So this one looks promising. XLU also looks promising. XLU is the utility sector. This is on the weekly. I did the back test. Let me show you the back test over here. I'm using etfreplay.com. I'm using this by permission. You can see I'm back testing XLU with a 520 exponential crossover on the weekly time frame. If I run the back test, you can see, does it back test well? Yes, it does. 188.9%. Buy and hold 386. But when you look at the drawdown, we're always looking at risk first, of only 22% compared to buy and hold. So there's some trade-offs, less drawdown, not as much profit, but I do like it. We also had a V1 to the downside yesterday that we reversed back up with today. So I do quite like XLU for a weekly. And then, oh, let's get rid of this. The Qs on the weekly do have a V1. Here is last week's. Today we went lower, back above. We're above the 50 RSI. That's certainly a possibility. If we look at the daily, it's a false breakout to the downside and a V2. Here's day 1, 2, and 3. So this looks pretty good as well. False breakout to the downside, V2 triggering today, MACD positive. Yeah, it looks fairly good. It looks fairly good. Let's take a look at some others real quick. TMO, okay, yeah, it's closed above the 200, but that's too chasey for me. Now, rejection of the 200, no. Exxon, I don't really see anything here. It's a V2, has a bit of a gap. That doesn't jump out to me. AVGO had a nice V1 and false breakout to the downside yesterday. That has moved up nicely, but I would not buy it now. BLKB had a nice higher low V1 yesterday that has worked out great, but I would not buy it now. EA V1 yesterday, I don't see anything there. GILD. Close back over the 200. I don't know how that back tests though. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's also over the 200, so that is a good sign. But I have to do more study on that one. QQQ, we just talked about that. False breakout to the downside plus a V2. I kind of like that for the daily, to be honest with you. IT, don't really see anything there. ALXN, I don't like that 50-day moving average. PLMR, under 30, over 30, but it's a 37 RSI. This is, to me, this is too chasey. It's too chasey. I think the train's left the station there. Unity Software, under 30, over 30. It's okay, actually. It has a double bottom with a bullish divergence, meaning this low is very deep here. We have a rally. We came back down, although we didn't test that low, so technically it's not a double bottom with a bullish divergence, but it is an under 30, over 30. The tolerances are okay. I mean, it's 35. It's not that extended, but I don't know. I just think there's better. And then CTAS had a V1 yesterday that's really taken off as well. So let me narrow this down here. MasterCard. Let's look at the weekly. No, it's up against the 1 ATR channel, so I'm going to get rid of MasterCard. I'm just going to delete these as we go. BIDU did have a bounce right near the 30, and it bounced almost right at the 200-day moving average for a deep dip buy. I just think this is chasey. It's a little too far away. I mean, you could use the under 30. You could use the under 30 to get out, which is closer than the 200, but I think I'm going to pass on that one. PayPal looks pretty good. I think I like the Qs better though. Fortnite. Oh, okay, that's one Steve was looking at. That is over here. 520 cross looks pretty good. Volume has increased today. We're right at the 1 ATR channel. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass on that one. XLU is my so the question is, do I want to take Lumitum Holdings with the nice return to value and the V1 under 50, over 50? That all looks pretty good. Or do I want to take XLU with the 520 crossover? Let me look over here at the week. It's a V2 on the monthly. On the weekly, we have the crossover. If we look at the daily, still pretty good, actually. I'm not going to take them both. I think I'm going to have to go with light. It's just so perfect. It's just so perfect from a weekly standpoint. But again, you have to buy fewer shares because the ranges of a weekly are much larger. So I'm taking my maximum allowed loss. I'm dividing by the value of the 2 ATR, which is 17.18. So I am going to buy light on the weekly. And then I think I'm going to buy the Qs with this V2 here. So that's what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy the Qs and I'm going to buy light. So let me put these up here. All right, so Berkshire is doing really well. It'd be nice to hit that second profit target up there. That would be outstanding. It's possible. SPY, oh my goodness. I am going to have to buy SPY manually today. Heaven forbid. I forgot to put it in for end of day close. And SSO is doing really well also. Okay. So I'm buying Qs, and I am going to buy light on the weekly. Wow, big day today. Really great day. David says BIDU bounced on the 200 on the daily and the weekly. That's good. Even Facebook looks at the values on the daily. Hopefully I can pull Facebook up. Yes, I can. Yep, up a little bit. We are in the value zone, but not a valid V2 for me here because there's not enough sideways motion. Johan says Garmin. I'm sure I am not going to be able to pull that up with today's, yeah. Yeah, pretty good. We've certainly rejected the last couple days down here, which is good. It tested it. There were no more sellers down here. That's why it's moved up. Yeah, it's decent. I don't think I would buy that, but it is definitely decent. Kamal said Shopify back over the 200. Okay. That was a big move on Shopify, wasn't it? Kamal and I were talking about that earlier. Yeah, there's a V1 and a close back above the 200-day. That is pretty good, Kamal. That is pretty good, and a V1. Huge rejection down here, reverse back up. That would definitely, and at the double bottom with the bullish divergence, although I guess there was a little green here. Yeah, that's really good. Actually, that is really good. Now, apologize for my charts, everyone. Yeah, came from a higher low, not too bad. All right, we have about 5 minutes. I'm going to have to turn my attention over here, everybody. Hope you understand. All right, so okay, that's all taken care of. And so I am going to buy light on the weekly with the return to value, false breakouts to the downside, V1. And I am going to buy the Qs on the daily with the false breakout to the downside and the V2. And I lost my... I lost my quotes. There you go. Great. Okay, we're back. Good. Oh, BRKB. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, I better get to work here and get my positions taken care of. 3 minutes to go. I have to remind myself to buy the SPY. I'm just going to buy it right now. I'm just going to buy it. I forgot to put the order in. I mean, I think I did, right? Yes, I did. All right, so I'm going to buy my overnight SPY trade right here. And right here. And I have to buy the Qs. And I have to buy light for my weekly trade. And there we go. All right, then hit the profit target over here. Wow, what a day. What a day. All right, got Qs, got light, got Qs, have SPY. All right, I'm done. Oh, wait. How much time do I have? Okay, I'm good. Okay. Wow, look at this. Blast off in the last few minutes. This is unreal. Ah, hit profit target. That's what that was. Okay, the market is now closed, everybody. Wow, what a day. Unreal. Holy camole. Okay, well, that's good, right? Okay, let me just see where I got filled on everything. And we'll go over that. All right, so light, I got filled at 91.74. Qs, I got filled at 315.32. And SPY, I got filled at 395.40. So Qs, false breakout to the downside, V2, I got filled here at 315.32. Wow. Glad I bought that one on a little bit early. Nice. Light, I got filled at 91.74. On the weekly, with the return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and the V2. And then My overnight SPY trade. Wow, talk about buying coming in at the end of the day, everybody. That's what I was talking about. I was talking, those are large financial institutions. Little traders like you and I cannot move the markets like that. That was large institutional money coming in there in the last few minutes. And so I got filled there at 395.40. All right. So, wow, what a day. So listen, if any of my students, current students, have any new positions today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please go ahead, put it in the live stream chat, and we will get them all updated. Real quick, before I do that, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I do a really good job with it. I've turned out some really great students. The one-on-one course is 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, where I teach you all 5 of my trading setups, step by step, everything that you need to learn: position size, emergency stops, end of day stops, target profits, overhead resistance, trailing stops, all that kind of stuff. So, if you want some one-on-one attention, I think this course is the best thing for you. It does cost $1,750, but I think it is really worth every single penny because of the attention that you get and the length of the course. So if you are interested, just send me an email or just send me a message on Twitter, and I'll reply and say, hey, how's it going? Thank you for saying hi. We'll do the Skype call. I'll just learn more about you and your trading and your challenges and your goals. And then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course as well. And then when we're done with the call, you can obviously think about it as long as you want. And if you decide you want to schedule, just let me know. Secondly, financially, if you're not able to do the one-on-one course, I do have a new course up on Udemy. It's the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. I think it's a really good course. It's 9.5 hours, 26 videos, 15 study guides. And we were just mentioning it earlier with the golds there. And, on Udemy, it's like, I think $12, $13, or $14. And I think it's a really good course. In my one-on-one course, I teach you all 5 of my approaches, but on the Udemy course, I teach you just the first one. But the Deep Dip Buy is an excellent strategy. I've used it today. I use it all the time. Some of my students here and some of the traders have bought some of these based upon the Deep Dip Buy. So if you're interested in that, like I said, it's $12 or $15. The link is in the description of this video. And one of the nice things with that course is, if you do take the course and have any questions, you can just ask me right in the live stream. Just like, let's see, who was it? It was Gold's Eagle. Yeah. So Gold's Eagle, if you have any questions, please just let me know, and I'm happy to answer them and show you up on the screen. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could just take a half a second and hit the thumbs up button. It does help build the channel. It helps keep the channel around and lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content on this channel, right? And so if you did like it or anything, learn anything today, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. So let's take a look here and see who bought what. Jackson insane run made a month's profit in a few minutes. Oh, nice. By some simple technicals and God's grace. Thank to you as well, sir. Thank you, Jackson. I'm very, very glad to hear that. Frank picked up some cues at 314.09. All right, I got you up there, Frank. David is in the queues as well. And let's see, what else did Dave pick up? BIDU. BIDU. Okay. All right, and did he say, a half? Okay, good. I like that. I like that. Gary says, nice trading, Jatin. I agree. Wonderful trading. Thanks, Gary. Kamal says, no trades. Kamal says, nice one, Jatin. Really good. Okay, did anybody pick anything else up? Did Steve pick anything else up today that I missed? Oh, way up here. Okay, so Baidu. Sorry, there's a lot of messaging in there. That was scrolling by me pretty fast. Steve. Okay, 304. Oh. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Gosh darn it. $197. Oh man, Steve, you got a great fill. The prices were so far away, I didn't realize. Okay, 197.42. Wow, Steve, that's awesome. That's awesome. 197.42. I got that right, correct? Roku. All right. Oh, now it's giving me the RSI reading. Let me take a look now and see. About, yeah, 30, 55, something like that. So, okay. Roku at 304.53. Okay, you're already up a couple bucks on that one. Way to go. 304.53. And FTN $170. Wow, what a day. Steve with the 520 EMA cross. Okay. At 179. Wow, Steve, you got some great fills. Fantastic. Nice to already be in the money on that, right? 179.71. Okay, Lilia. Gary says, my Thinkorswim platform crashed at 3 minutes to close, so no new trades. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. So Lilia, you took these on the weekly, yeah? I think you did. All right, good luck, my friends. Good luck to both of us. And now. Oh, yep. It did close above the 200. So good risk to reward there for Lilia. Thank you, Greg, and have a nice weekend. You too, Lilia. Thanks for coming. Jatin says, thanks, Kamal. David says, great weekend and all. Thanks for all your help. Thank you, David. Good to see you, my friend. Lilia says, yes, on the weekly. Never had a weekly trade before. Okay, well, this is Lilia's first time. So good. Good, good, good. So we'll make the decision on Friday, right, Lil? Nice setup, though. Nice setup on light. I mean, it is really good. You know, again, where's my stop on this trade? Halfway of the washout bar, right about here, down about 85 $85. And then over on the daily Q trade, where's my stop? Halfway of the washout bar here. Wow. Fantastic day. Good day trading. Good swing trading. It's good. Gary says, have a great weekend, everyone. You too, Gary. Thank you, sir. Jatin says, God bless you and everyone over here, sir. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Jatin. Congratulations on your trades today. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks, bud. So I'm going to leave everybody off with this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is from Martin Kornfeld. And it's sweet and simple, but I like to leave off every day with it because it's really important. Let's go out, do one nice thing for another human being today. Let's go out and do one nice thing for an animal today. Both of them will appreciate it, will make them feel good. It should make you feel good. So all the way around, it's a good thing. And, try to make it a point every day just to do one nice thing. Maybe somebody will do one nice thing for you one day when maybe you need it. You know what I mean? So, wow, what a week. What a week, everybody. And ended on a nice note. That's for sure. Okay. Well, if anybody has any other questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Again, if you like today's podcast, if you hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. But I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has any, if you need any clarification. And great poem today, Frank. Thank you, sir. And Gold's Eagle, thank you for coming. Your first time. I hope you keep coming back. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know. If you have any questions from the course, you let me know as well, okay? And nice trade, Steve, today. Steve got some good trades there, and he got them nice and early, so he's already in the money, which is fantastic. All right, going once, going twice. No, okay. Have a good weekend, everybody. Go out and have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Study some trading books, study some charts a little bit, be good, be nice, drive safe, right? Kamal wants to look at Fastly. All right. We'll look over here then. FSLY. Oh, FSLY. V1 yesterday. I don't know. I don't really see anything too exciting on this one, Kamal. William Hart says, hello. First time too. I follow Steve Burns in here. Oh, great. Thank you, William. Appreciate you being here. Anything I can help you with, let me know. Hope to see you coming back. And thanks to Steve for mentioning that to you. Lova says, thank you for everything, Greg. I'm happy that YouTube suggested your podcast to me 6 months ago. Oh, I'm really glad as well, Lova. Really, really glad. Gold Eagle says, I will let you know if I have questions after the course. Fantastic. Thank you, Gold Eagle. Kamal says, welcome. Welcome, Gold Eagle. Gold Eagle says, thank you. All right. Well, I think that's a wrap for the week, everybody. Have a nice weekend. Jonathan, I will see you Sunday for our lesson. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, enjoy that we had a nice day here today, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks again, everybody. Oh, Kamal says Fastly, higher low V1 yesterday. Yeah, but not in the value zone, Kamal. I mean, yes, we did make a higher low V1, yes, but I like those higher low V1s to be in the value zone ideally, or higher low V1 with the rejection of the negative third ATR channel. You and I have kind of discussed that, kind of a different way to look at it. But yes, it was a higher low one yesterday, and it was up a little bit today. Day one's bar is larger than 1 ATR a bit. I mean, that concerns me, and all that volume on the downside. So, and then we rejected the negative 1 ATR channel today. So yeah, but yes, technically, to answer your question, it is a higher low V1 for sure yesterday. Yep. Okay. Have a good rest of your day. Have a nice weekend, everybody, and hope to see you on Monday. Take care. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.